On that note, let's talk to Jay. I'm going to bring on Jay Jackson, who is maybe the second copy chief member to display his abs in his profile photo. And with good reason.
I recently switched it. I want to say about 2 days ago, I just switched it. Maybe I need to get a little bit more professional in here. That's fun.
It's an inspiration to us all, for sure. So as we know, you're into fitness. You're a fitness instructor. That's how you. Is that how you made your living primarily, as a fitness instructor before all this?
Yes. So in-person training, and I also about a year ago I started doing online coaching, and so that's really helped me balance things out during this pandemic. Still took a little bit of a hit, but luckily, I've been doing some online coaching, so it's helped out with the transition.
That's good. How does that work? Do you actually work out with your clients online, or you just kind of check in with them and give them workouts to do, help them focus what they're doing?
Yeah, I'm more so just giving them the roadmap, giving them, what they need to do with nutrition, their exercise, and, once a week we'll jump on a 5 or 10 minute call just to do a weekly recap, make sure they're on the right track.
Yeah, that's great. And so you're now falling in love with copywriting. Let's talk about that. Like, what was the process that this happens quite a bit? And by the way, happened a bit with fitness leaders. I noticed a pattern years ago, Jay, in my career. In fact, the big switch I made as a freelancer, what happens is when you come into freelancing, you just want to do in the beginning what I call prove the model and just get paid. Can I actually get paid for this, right? And make a living at this. So I came into BizOp, right? And I don't know if you know that world, but it tends to be a bit aggressive and it can be shady, and I did my best not to work with shady people, but to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff I was getting paid to write in the beginning, I wasn't in love with, I don't think it was bad. I don't think they were stealing from people. It just didn't resonate with me. It wasn't, and so I was like, when I was consciously getting to a point in my career, I was like, I have a choice here. Like, I got to find different people to work with. Fitness folks were the first group of people I transitioned onto, because what I realized after working with a couple of clients who were in fitness, man, I say guys because they were mostly guys then, these guys went at it. When it came to marketing their business, they got so deep and so smart, so fast, and did so much of the right stuff, way more than people like in BizOp or other industries. And I thought, why is that? That's interesting. And then I realized, well, that's who they are. The way people become insanely fit is they get super dedicated to the process. They get educated about nutrition, they get educated about muscle and all those things. And then they show up and they do the work. And then it was like, of course, they apply that same mindset. This is their DNA. This is who they are. They apply that same thing to marketing their products and growing a business.
That's true. Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest things for me has just been the work ethic side of things. Once I see something that I want, I just go for it. Even if it's not completely right, I at least just put forth all effort that I can. And I want to say once I jumped into Copy Chief, that's when everything just opened up for me. After we jumped on that call that we did, the hot seat, yeah. I went and bought, I want to say John Carlton's kick-ass copywriting book.
Oh, man, that was my book. That was the one that changed my life. Yeah.
Yep. I heard a podcast when you talked about that, and that's what made me get the book. And I went on and got the John Carlton book, John Capel's book, and a couple other guys as well. Like just fundamentals, knowing the main things to focus on, the headline, the open, proven concept, and all those different things. And so then I just took it to the emails that I'm using right now, as far as emailing my email list, and got about 2,700 people on there. And since me and you've spoken, I've closed about a little bit over 40-something people just on a small little info product, just all organic, emails. And so I want to say about 3 coaching clients from there as well. So it's been pretty cool.
I love it. So
Yeah.
you got a funnel there with ascension and upsells, and I'm sure it doesn't have to be hardcore and aggressive. You're just proving your value, and the right people are taking you up on the next offer.
100% daily emails, sometimes twice a day. And it's pretty cool just being able to see that little Stripe notification ding just,
Yeah.
a few minutes or a few hours later.
It is incredible. I'll tell you what, that's one of the moments I think that changes you on a cellular level. When you create money out of thin air, essentially, right? I mean, it's obviously based on your experience and your value, but man, it's like I don't even know these people, and they're just the first time I had an offer out, it was PayPal. I was getting these PayPal notifications on my phone, and my wife and I, for whatever reason, we're not really symphony goers, but we went to see like the orchestra, the Florida Orchestra, and so we're in this theater, and we were a little dressed up, and my phone just kept like every, 15, 20 minutes, and it was only like $7 every time, but it was like, woo, and I'd say, hey, drinks are on this person. I'm gonna go get us again. And it felt incredible. It really changes you when that happens the first time.
Man, and it just never gets old. I mean, it may not be astronomical money, but just the fact that you can spend 30 minutes to an hour, slap together an email, and
right.
create money, it's unbelievable. So that's kind of got that.
I love that. I love that you're having that success and that experience, because the thing is about it, and this is the truth, Jay, if you can do it to 100 people at $25, there's no reason you can't do it for 1,000 people at $25 or for $2,500 or whatever it is. It's now just a new process. It's a new audience. It's a new funnel, right? But the basic achievement of creating something that people saw the value in, and then having them become customers. And then again, the bigger part to me is having them now get deeper engaged in your world and want more. Oh, what's the next level, Jay? What else can this guy do for me? Whew, right. That's when it's like sky's the limit.
That's true. Yeah, 100%. I've been figuring that part of it out, aside from just one-on-one coaching, just being able to figure out what that next step is for each person, and just providing more offers, on the back end.
Yeah, that's what you have now is dialogue, which I think is really the secret ingredient. You can only kind of realize this when it's your product and people are giving you that feedback. And again, you have to really care to notice. But like you said, the people, you're asking them, what else can I give you? They're probably telling you more than you're even asking. Here's what I'd love to have from you next, Jay, or who do you know that can give you this? And you're like, I could give you that if I just created it. But you have that dialogue, that feedback loop where you never have to now think about what to create as content, because you're essentially just answering questions. You have your avatars of people you want to help. So the content comes easier and the next products come easier. And there's ways to beta test different offers now, small groups and things where it's basically, it's R&D and it's just paid research and development, and it just builds from there.
Right. 100%. Yeah. I'm loving it, man.
That's great. So I see you as, I don't know if you've watched the training called The 3 Paths to a Successful Copywriting Career.
I didn't watch the full video, but I did watch some of it though, for sure.
All right. If you get a chance to just put it on 2X and let me ramble at you. The thing about that is, after working with freelancers a bunch, and folks like you and people have different skills and desires, I realized there's sort of 3 paths. We can even think of it as 3 types of copywriter, right? Freelancer. And essentially, real quick, one is what I call the all-around freelancer, where you're doing it all. You're doing like the 5 or 6 jobs it takes to have a freelance business. You're marketing yourself, you're getting prospects on the phone, you're closing those deals, you're managing those projects. And of course, then you're having to do the work. Plus you got to do a little bookkeeping and do all those things. But It's a lot, but I think everybody should start there because it gives you all the skill sets you're going to need. And it's the foundation that you can always go back to if one of the other paths aren't working out like you hoped, right? So that's one, is the all-around freelancer. Two is what I call the leave me alone to do the work. They just they don't want to do all they're really often introverted. They don't want to do the social stuff. They really don't want to have to get on the phone and sell themselves and close deals. And so it's great for them to partner. They make great partners. It's like, find a client where you can just move into their world, go in house with them, do your kick-ass work for them, grow with them. And that's how you become great. And you can sort of like work the back rooms of this industry without having to be out front and on stage, right? And then there's what I call the entrepreneurial freelancer, where and this is what I think is happening to you, Jay. You are already entrepreneurial coming into this, so it makes sense that that's what you are. But you are using your passion for copywriting to quickly find out that you have some special skills and processes that you can package up and sell on its own, and see the potential for that, right? And so what could happen is that you're already doing that with fitness, because that's where you live and that's natural. What you may discover is, like people like, for another great example is Joey Persha. You know Joey from Copy Chief? He's a boxer. And also yeah, I'm sorry, say what?
I've actually had him do some copy for me maybe about 2 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Yeah. So if you've seen Joey, he was a type 1, and he's advancing now into an entrepreneurial copywriter. I think he's teaching some of his stuff and maybe doing courses and partnering with some people, and starting to become a preacher man. I see on Facebook. He's developing some strong opinions and making his voice heard, right?
Right.
And that's what I would see for you. And so in addition to the fitness stuff, you might also discover, hey, there's a lot of marketing stuff I can teach, like say Bedros Koulian or people like that, where it's like, okay, I was a trainer like all the other trainers. I learned how to make it a business and sell that product, that business. And now I know all these people need help with this. So now I've become a guru for them, right? So it's pretty cool to have those two tracks running simultaneously that you can capitalize on.
100%. Yeah, just been able to. I've noticed just having one stream of income. It is important, but when you have two, just in case, it helps. Because if I just been in the gym, I'd be SOL right now.
Yeah. And the truth is, fitness is not a completely limited game, but you're gonna grow in age and you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully you'll be fit and a fitness leader your whole life. And guys like me who are 50, and if you were 50, I'd be like, all right, Jay, like, not that you have to be 50 to tell me, but you know what I mean? Like, you could carry that forever, but chances are, you might find the marketing and business a much bigger opportunity at some point. Like, who knows, right? So really cool. All right. So all this, you got me excited, man. I love talking to you. I just like your energy, and I know great things are going to happen for you. So in a nutshell, what I offered you to come on and have me tell you was where I think you should focus your energy now as a copywriter. And what I'll say is I'll just, to make it easy, harken back to what I was saying a minute ago about the money skills. Now that you've got the fundamental stuff, the Carlton stuff, the Capel stuff, I would add Vic Schwab's How to Write a Good Advertisement to that list. If you haven't read that, great. Love that book. In fact, I brought it home for my daughter last week because she's always interested in copy. And I'm like, that's the one book taught me the most out of the gate, I think, right? And so those are the fundamental things. And so just in Copy Chief here, we have the core copy skills. And if you go into the dashboard, we have them now broken down between the core copy skills and the money skills. So if you click on, I'm a new copywriter and want to learn the craft, it'll take you through that. And then I would start to dive into the money skills. I would go through all of them, because those are the things you're going to use all those in your business. You're going to use Facebook ads. You're already using email. If you haven't, advertorials would be huge for you. And then we're going to add things like, we do have a webinar training. We're going to add landing pages. We try to add the most evergreen things, or the things that I feel like I have the best resource on, right? And so we focus on, and obviously the money skills are the things we call the money skills, because they move the needle on the business, on the sales, and they're the things that are most in demand for copywriters. So if you wanted to try your hand at getting paid to write copy, or if you're already doing that, do more of that, I would focus on one of those money skills, develop a bat signal around that. And you know what, my way I talk about bat signals is, what are you known for? People gonna, shine Jay's light into the sky when they need help with something specific. And that makes you a specialist, a hero, not just an everyman. And so that's what I would do.
Yeah, I believe email has been kind of like my go-to lately, seeing that I've been doing it almost 6 months now, daily. And I just went and looked at the advertorial one about 2 days ago. And so I'm starting to notice that advertorials are kind of like, almost like blogs, where
Right.
you're just plugging links in there, shifting their beliefs, and getting them onto the sales page. And so I believe that, and also the Facebook ads. I believe email first, and then the advertorials are kind of, going to fall right into place as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they all go hand in hand too. That's the other cool thing, is like, none of them are super far apart from the others. They're all story based, and you're exactly right about advertorials. It's basically a really good blog article with a call to action. And the difference is why you want to be an advertorial writer instead of a straight up article content writer is you get paid a lot more for adding that call to action. Like you said, being persuasive and actually having people develop new ideas based on what you read, not just finding it amusing or informational.
Right, 100%. So that's something I've been kind of researching a little bit more, and just looking at how it's framed, like looking at where they kind of shift people's beliefs. Since I've jumped into the copywriting game, I can see it a little bit better now. Just even reading certain controls, older controls of Gary Halbert and stuff. And so it's helping out a lot.
Love it. Well, I'm rooting for you at all times, man. And if I can be helpful, you know how to talk to me. And I'm always here to help you, man. I'm gonna love watching your progress.
I appreciate it, brother. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just gonna keep going, man, and stay locked in.
Yeah, I love it. And thanks for all the engagement. I know you've been adding a ton of value in the forum, helping other people out, giving critiques and doing things. And I think that's also one of the greatest ways to learn. So we appreciate it, and I know it'll help you too.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Kev.
All right, Jay, you too, brother. Talk soon, man.